Hello and welcome to a video where we will be taking a look at a scenario where the United States collapses. So I have given all 50 states independence, including, Puerto Rico and all the territories like Guam. But yeah, obviously this would have a huge effect on the world. I think we're going to be taking more of a on the map view of this rather than because I'm sure the world would go into kind of a depression because the United States is they trade so much, so it hurt a lot of countries. But we're gonna be, I guess, just kind of ignoring that and seeing what will happen with the map. Quickly though, all of these states will realize that they need to either, my brain is slow, but they either need to, start ramping up their military or economic stuff. I'm not thinking today. But, yeah, because they do have some larger countries around them, and there's just countries worldwide that might want to get a piece of the former United States. We quickly see a Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming union formed just to try and do better. We quickly see, though, that Texas and California start to become even more of rivals. And so Texas will launch an invasion of Oklahoma. Oh, and also one thing that I forgot to mention, I probably should. Obviously, this is really unrealistic. I don't think the United States could just break apart like this, at least right now. And also, we're going to be ignoring, the United Nations, NATO, because NATO would definitely at least try to put the United States back together, I would think, maybe. But, yeah, we're basically just going to be ignoring all alliances and all of that, and also realism. Anyway, though, Texas will carry out their invasion of Oklahoma, and the Texan invasion of Oklahoma will go very well for Texas as they will reach up and capture Oklahoma City. And from here, Oklahoma really isn't that strong, and they will quickly begin to fall over, and there's really nothing they can do about it, as Texas is definitely superior in this war. And soon enough, either they will surrender or fall, but they will fall over to Texas. And Texas will fully annex them. But over here, we see California do pretty much the same thing, just with Nevada. And quickly, California will just simply reach over and capture Carson City, sending Nevada into a panic as Californian troops will just breeze through northern Nevada, as there's really nothing stopping them. Nevada isn't that strong either, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I know they're definitely not as strong as California, and I'm actually very sure that they're not strong. But California will take out the northern areas, and California will also begin to take out the South, as they will capture Las Vegas. And from here, Nevada just pretty much completely falls and then will surrender. And now we can see that California is actually a comparable size to Texas, and actually they're probably just about as big, and can do the same with Texas also. I still think they are bigger than California, but yeah, California will be fully annexing Nevada. we see all of these Four Corners states quickly realize that they're not going to survive, and so they will form a Four Corners Union. We now see Russia land troops in Alaska, though. Actually, I'm not sure where they would land them. They'd probably take out some of these islands first. But eventually they land in mainland Alaska and will start to take out the coast. I don't even know if Alaska would really have a military. Probably a military, but probably not a very good one, especially compared to Russia, which will just quickly reach over, cutting really the only populated areas of Alaska off and capturing the capital of Juneau, I think. From here, Alaska will just completely fall over to Russia, and there's no need for a peace treaty because they don't border. But yeah, Canada will now start to invade Maine as they just want to take out the country. And I know Canada doesn't really have a big military, but they could probably put one together for this invasion, and who knows, maybe they will try to become stronger and slowly take out states or former states. They do capture Augusta, I think, and then Maine will completely fall. Full annexation once again, and this will quickly make New England realize that they need to unionize. We now see that Virginia will try to reclaim West Virginia, and they will carry out their invasion and quickly take over a lot of areas, as they will capture the capital too, as Ohio will now join in, taking this little panhandle area and pretty much finishing off the rest of West Virginia. In this treaty, we just see Ohio getting some minor land gains. We now see a union between Mississippi and Alabama. And so far, we can see that the United States has changed quite a bit. We now see yet another union between the Californias, as they will be uniting, but little did they know that it was on the same day that Virginia declared war on North Carolina, and so a war between these two will start. Virginia will begin to invade, and they are now invading this Carolina Union, and it will go pretty well as Virginia becomes very aggressive and will take out key parts of Carolina, as I'm going to be calling it. But Maryland will join the war over this little piece of land, and they will take it out from Virginia, as well as some of these islands, and they also will maybe send a few forces in, but Virginia will quickly fight back and retake their land and take some that they didn't have before. But Ohio will now declare war on Virginia, and now it's just a big giant war, and Kentucky joins in as well, getting a little piece of Virginia, and Pennsylvania also joins in to try and get any land that they can. And this is just a big war mess, and Carolina will quickly start pushing back as Virginia will retreat their troops, and the Carolina Union will push in as they will attempt to take the capital of Virginia, and they will near it, if not capture it. They might have captured it, I don't know. But Carolina will continue their advances, and so will all of these other countries, and Ohio will get very far in, trying to basically cut everyone else off. They will cut Virginia into two, and areas will fall as Virginian troops retreat out of Maryland, and Maryland will start to invade into Virginia, and it's just chaos, and eventually Virginia will go ahead and surrender to all these countries, and we can take a look at this peace treaty. And this is this peace treaty where a lot of land will be forced to be given over to different countries, but Virginia is actually kind of lucky because they get to keep about half of West Virginia that they formerly conquered, so that's lucky for them. Still, they lose a lot of land. And here are also the borders filled in. We now can take a look over here where both Texas and California will be invading this Four Corners Union, as they both will send their troops in with intent of just, I guess, killing this union and taking a bunch of land, and maybe even using it as fighting ground between each other. But yeah, their invasions will be very successful, as this country is still very weak, even with a bunch combined, and Californian and Texan troops will quickly take control of just big and key parts of the country, as these troops are very distracted invading this, and they will eventually split this union and will be hesitant but meet for a peace treaty. They will break apart this union, and basically Texas gets New Mexico and Colorado, and California gets Arizona and Utah. Canada will now invade into Montana, and I guess Canada is going a little bit expansionist in this timeline, and they're going to just be cutting right down the middle of Montana, and they quickly will wipe out other parts, as the entire country will fall. We now see a union formed over here between Oregon, Idaho, Washington, and Oregon, and this is kind of to not get eaten up by Canada or California, as both of these countries definitely want land. We now see, finally, California and Texas will start to fight, as both will advance into each other and quickly send over, likely, almost all of their army, and Texas will push back, but then California will have a counteroffensive, and Texas has another counteroffensive, and it's very back and forth between these two countries, and they both kind of just end up gaining back the land they had anyway, and it seems kind of pointless, it's just, this fighting goes on for a very long time, and really no one has made any major gains, and once again, this is unrealistic, but Mexico is going to be sending their army into Texas, as they want to reclaim their old land that they had, 2 centuries ago, about in the early 1800s, and they're going to be steamrolling through Texas because they're so worn out from the war, and this makes it basically so California is the winner. I mean, they are still very exhausted, but basically Texas will fall mostly over to Mexico, and Mexico will also invade California to get quite a bit of land as well before all three of these countries will meet for a peace treaty. But yeah, here are all the borders, and once again, this is not very realistic. I just wanted to throw something in there because honestly, I don't know if a war between Texas and California, especially like this, would even end. I mean, it's just they both seem evenly matched, and I don't think really anything would happen. They'd just keep fighting until they would probably just peace out and nothing would change, and probably end up going to war again later and just be a forever repeating cycle. So yeah, Mexico is just going to kind of break that cycle before it even becomes a cycle. And yeah, I think that's actually going to be it. And also Hawaii is here, just nothing happened with them. Same with like Puerto Rico and other like Guam, all that. And yeah, obviously some countries nothing happened with them. But yeah, this is what could possibly maybe happen if the United States completely collapsed into all 50 states and territories. But it probably wouldn't. Like, I don't think Canada would really try to take any land, or Russia might try to take Alaska, but I mean, it depends, because who knows how many years after present day this is now, because if they're still having trouble in Ukraine, you know, I don't know if they'd be capable of taking out Alaska. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.